Did you know? America once placed orphaned and abandoned children on trains and sent them across the country to live with strangers. They were called the orphan trains. And for nearly 75 years, thousands of children boarded trains in crowded East Coast cities like New York and were sent west into unfamiliar towns across America. The movement began in the 1850s, when cities like New York were overwhelmed by poverty, homelessness, disease, and overcrowded immigrant neighborhoods. Many children had lost parents to illnesses like tuberculosis or influenza. Others were abandoned after their families fell into extreme poverty. Some lived on the streets entirely alone, sleeping in alleyways, begging for food, or surviving however they could. At the time, charities and reformers feared growing numbers of homeless children wandering American cities. One minister named Charles Loring Brace believed rural families in the Midwest and West could offer these children safer and more stable lives than crowded orphanages or dangerous city streets. So children were placed on trains, sometimes with little more than a small suitcase, or the clothes they were already wearing. An estimated 200,000 children were relocated this way between the 1850s and the 1920s. Historians now consider it the largest child relocation effort in American history. At each stop, children would step off the trains and wait to be chosen by local families. In some towns, they were lined up on platforms, in churches, or inside meeting halls, while adults inspected them and decided who to take home. Some found loving families and new opportunities. Others became unpaid workers on farms or inside homes where they were treated more like labor than family. Siblings were often separated. Some children never saw each other again. At the time, many Americans genuinely believed the orphan train system was helping children find better lives. And for some, it did. But what makes the story feel so haunting now is imagining how it must have felt to be a child standing alone at a train station, surrounded by strangers, not knowing where you would sleep that night, or whether anyone would choose you at all. And maybe that's why the orphan trains still feel so emotional today, because hidden inside one of the largest child relocation efforts in American history were thousands of children quietly carrying fear, hope, loneliness, and the desperate wish to belong somewhere.